And welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining me today on my latest episode of Transfer Talk. It's not a big one today, but we're going to be talking about Mohamed Salah, Aubameyang, Mendy, as I talked about yesterday, but there's a little bit on Mendy in the Echo today. Journalist talks about it in more in depth, so I'll bring it to your knowledge of what type of player Mendy is really, if you haven't actually seen him play. But yeah, and Jamie Carragher talking about Liverpool's expectations. I'll read out what he's had to say at the end of it. But as it is Father's Day, shout out to all the fathers out there. Hope you're having a boss day. And up in the heavens, thinking of you, all the dads up there that can't be with us today. But dads, you're amazing. So keep up all the work that you do. So yeah, hopefully having a boss day, whatever you're doing in the world. And if you haven't checked out my Q&A video that I've just uploaded, check that out. Get interacted, see what I have to say. And leave in the comment section on that video what questions that you got for me, like any questions that you want to get direct to me. I'll get involved with every single comment and I'll make sure it's on the next Q&A episode. But thank you everyone for joining me, and thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. And if you're a new one, alright everyone, hit that subscribe button. It's one of these corners. So Mohamed Salah, you've got an update on Sky Sport. Liverpool and Roma continue talks over Mohamed Salah transfer. Breaking today, it was rumoured to Liverpool have set a medical date on this Tuesday coming in the UK. I don't know what day that is, a specific time in America or wherever you live, but England time on Tuesday, the rumours are going around that it's set. And Liverpool, it talks about on Sky here, Liverpool understood to have set 35 million ceiling, so they've hit the target, including add-ons for the Egyptian international. So let me know. I'll be happy with 35 million. Get this done, sealed and delivered. But from this, the Salah deal, once we actually sign him, who is the next target you want us to pursue? For me, I want us to go out, as I'll talk a bit about in Mendy here, but I want us to go out and attack, get him by a world-class left-back. I think Alba at Barcelona has apparently come out and said he wants to leave, so that I'd snap him up if we had the chance to actually sign him. Let me know if you'd sign Alba. Rodriguez, obviously the Wolfsburg player that I talked about a couple of weeks ago, he's moved to a club, so he's not on the market anymore. He would be my prime target, but Jonas Hector's been mentioned in one of the other previous videos. Someone mentioned in the comments section, it'd be a very good shout. Let me know if you'd like Jonas Hector. Obviously, he played in the Euros for Germany, so let me know where you'd stand on him. But Mendy, yes, that's Roma. We meant to have agreed that the 35 million price tag plus add-ons for the Egyptian winger. So watch this space. It's very much so close to happening. So yeah, Aubameyang, right? Aubameyang, what a player. And I talk a bit about him. It'd be my prime striker between him and Lacazette. Go and check that out on the Q&A. Reports Aubameyang is apparently keen on a record-breaking move to Liverpool. Barca and Paris Saint-Germain were both interested in the striker, but reports coming out of Gabon claim that the Reds are now front-runners. Jurgen Klopp took Aubameyang to Borussia Dortmund, obviously back in 2013, during his time in charge of the Bundesliga side. Is now keen for union on Merseyside. According to Le Parisien, the French, the Anfield hierarchy are prepared to meet Borussia Dortmund's 61.2 million evaluation of the Gabon international. In turn, the players understood to be receptive to linking up with Klopp again in a move in which would signal a genuine statement of intent from Liverpool. Aubameyang's record, 40 goals in 46 competitive outings for Dortmund last season as they finished third in the Bundesliga and lifting the German Cup. So let me know, Aubameyang, what pace. I've mentioned him in Q&A, so check that out to talk a bit about him there. Let me know, how much would you want? Would you say 61 million is a very good evaluation for the Gabon international? As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, he is 28 years old, so he's obviously getting into his prime years. If we kept him for 3 years into his 30s, would you think that would be a very good signing? An addition to our squad? Let me know below. Benjamin Mendy gets talked about in the Echo. Liverpool being urged to sign the player. Reports in L'Equipe on Saturday suggested that as I talked about in my previous video, we are meant to be at the front of the queue, or possibly one of the key teams actually going for them. But Tom Coast of the Sports Witness believes that Mendy is the best player in his position on the market and would be an ideal signing for Jurgen Klopp. So he goes on to say, he said, Mendy is one of those players who got given a chance really early on in his career. He was bought by Marseille in 2013 and was pretty much straight away chucked into the first team because they didn't have anyone else in that position. He's been turning out consistency for the past 4 years. Even though he's only 22, he has over 100 Ligue 1 games under his belt. I think he is the real deal, he goes on to say. Costa added, Mendy is capable of running up and down the left wing all day long. Even if it's the 90th minute and he's just putting a cross, if the opposition counter-attack, and he'll be putting all his effort in getting back. Whilst he was a lot experienced, he's got a lot of experience, he also remains a young player with the scope of an improvement. He loves getting forward and sometimes he does forget to get back. Or he goes too far forward and gets caught out of position. That is the line I do not want to hear. We've already got one of them and he's maybe going out the door, the Spanish lad. We know about Moreno, he gets caught out. That's the thing with Moreno. So if that's what Mendy is sometimes perceptible of, that is no. I'd rather have a defender that actually wants to defend and defends, but obviously can go forward. I think that's where you get from you sort out your left backs from your world class. Your world class players know how to go, it's timing and when to time your runs to go forward and just to stay back on the attacks or defending plays of the opposition. But yeah, he goes on to say you could put that to one side because his relative youthfulness, unlike his teammate Djibril Sidibe as Monaco, who is nearly 25 and could not be doing that anymore, but still goes missing pretty much every game. Mendy has only been in Premier League for a season, having arrived from the South Coast rivals Marseille last summer, but he was one of the brightest stars on their march to title and Champions League semi-finals. He goes on to say, quotes, that caught the eye this year was the fact Monaco were such an attacking team and Mendy was always overlapping Lamar. Obviously, he's a winger for the Monaco. In the Champions League games against Man City, he was in the box more often than not. Got an assist, 1 of 11 for them this last year, which is not too shabby for a left back. With that Jurgen Klopp trying to do that at Liverpool, I think it'd be an ideal, and it's position we've been really struggling in. So I'll leave the rest of the interview from Coase. He's a decent journalist at the Liverpool Echo, but let me know, Mendy, he's talked a bit about his going forward, but 11 assists isn't too bad for the Frenchman. And plus only being 22, he would fall very much under the strategy of FSG, even if that strategy still applies. But if it did, he would he'd tick every box for FSG and for Jurgen Klopp. As he goes on to say, yeah, because he's one of the best left backs at the minute in the European game. And obviously, I talked about in my last episode about Mendy, City are meant to have pulled out and they're stalling on the deal. So, for me personally, left back is a prime target, as I've mentioned countless times. But if we can sort that left back position out and we can get a centre back position out, right back sorted, and Matip, Kleiny playing right back and Matip, that would be a very much. Our right hand side of the defence is already sorted. And obviously, with Van Dijk coming in, hopefully, it'd partner Mendy. But yeah, it's just about getting that right balance, attack and defence, knowing when to attack. That is what the key tactics of Jurgen Klopp. That's what he'd be obviously focusing on this summer. But Mendy, yeah, Jamie Carragher. So let me know about Mendy, what you think about him, if you've seen him play. Obviously, Jamie Carragher going on to say, this is quoted in the Empire of the Cop, Jamie on his expectations really of Liverpool. He goes on to say, it was huge. We know it brings extra revenue. You hope it entices players who want to play Champions League football, Carragher told LFC TV. We hadn't been in there too often of late, and just something we have to be in this year now. Year in, year out. So he's saying we have to be in it year out, which we do. To generate revenue, but mainly to having consistency of bring in players of quality, and the competition. Like, if the players are playing against better standard of players, their game is going to go from there to there. Premier League, yeah, but European level against Barca, Real, all the top teams, that will bring your standards of playing. And the training is basically playing every single Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. You're playing better, higher training sessions. Well, not training session, but important games. But if you're playing that season in, season out, the players and the quality of the players coming in are going to be vastly superior. So he also goes on to say, Jamie, it's been a minimum requirement. It has when I was playing, and it will be this time. It's a lot tougher now to get in and a lot more competitive to when I was playing. But it was a huge to get in, and I can't be a one-off just like last time. Yeah, he's talking about when we were under Brendan Rodgers. So yeah, I'll leave the rest of Jamie's interview down below, but that is a very good read. Check that out. I'll leave that in the description down below. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, innit? We need to actually just stay in the Champions League. Hopefully we can stay in the Champions League and we can stay in, season out. But we're not all about just finishing and getting in Champions League, are we? We are wanting to win titles of Liverpool Football Club. That comes with stage one, which is getting in Champions League, attracting the players, and then you push on, get deeper into the competition, and players around Europe will notice, and with Jurgen Klopp at the helm, everyone will be like, yeah, wow. Especially when you have a cracking run into the Champions League. I'd love it if we won it this season. But obviously we've got the first qualifying game that we need to get past. Well, two match qualifier to get into the group stages. But if we can get through that and get into the Champions League, wow. Quality of players, the standard of players. That is a quality we need in this team. But yeah, that's it. It was only a short one today, but thank you very much, everyone, for getting involved. Thank you. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, please. It'd be really much appreciated. But thank you, everyone, for joining me once again. You're all legends. And as again, happy Father's Day to anyone out there that is a father. All the best. Have a good one. Put your feet up and see you later. All the best, everyone. Have a good one. You never walk alone.